Hello.
Hello.
I gonged in. I done gonged
Yeah,
in.
you did. Yeah, you did. What a beautiful day. We actually held somewhat of the pump yesterday. We actually held it for a minute. We'll see.
We're just we're waiting for a pal to put that dick to us.
Yeah, we're waiting for that. We're also waiting. I mean,
Another hawkish cut.
much.
We're never going to do this again. Don't you expect this in January? We're just going to do it this one time and that last time, plus the time before that and the time before that. And also 4 times last year. But listen, this is no more until the next one.
Yeah, peculiar, very peculiar. This is going to be an interesting show today because I've noticed some interesting things in the market. You've probably noticed kind of the same things, what's been going on, but this should be a fairly interesting one today. We have a lot to go over. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh, the wet launch, dude. This is the token that you could buy if you were a Jupe holder, but you couldn't because they under-allocated and it sold out in 1 minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's doing pretty well. Good for those guys.
Yeah, good for
them. It's one of those things that would have helped. You know, it's up like a good old 8x, 800%. So,
but you couldn't get enough of it to make. You couldn't get enough of it to make a difference.
No, I mean, you could have bought, like, for example, you would have bought what, $10,000 worth. So you would have only made 70 grand. I don't know. That's pretty good in my mind, but like, yeah, but I don't know.
Not to risk the way it could go. I mean, again, when companies are doing shady things, a launch here or there, it's not going to sway me.
Yeah, exactly. But good for them.
Yeah.
Let's see. The other thing, did you watch? Okay, so Michael Saylor, he had that. Oh, is my audio share? I'm going to share this little clip. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh no, I got to stop that. Start that. Hold on. Start. Share screen. Entire screen. Share system audio. Boom, boom. All right. So this is what perplexes me. Michael Saylor, dude, he goes off for like 40 minutes on his little products. I don't know how he's selling. So he's selling all these sovereigns, all these states on all his little products, and he's selling a lot of them. We're going to talk about Michael Saylor a little bit today because we have to. But he did mention something that's like spot on and also is perplexing as to why I'm not really concerned about the Bitcoin price because of these reasons here. He like goes this. We'll just go listen to this. Hold on.
Okay.
First of all, because Donald J. Trump is the Bitcoin president. Donald J. Trump says he is intent on making America the Bitcoin superpower, the crypto capital of the world, the leader in digital assets. And David Sachs, who works for him, in March of 2025, this year, said Bitcoin is special. Bitcoin is an asset without an issuer. It is the dominant digital commodity in the world. This administration designated Bitcoin as digital gold. And of course, it's not just the president, it's the vice president who I've met who said that. It's the Secretary of Treasury who I've met who has said that. It is the head of the SEC who I've met who has said that. It is the head of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who I've met who said that. It's the head of Commerce, a Small Business Administration, Kelly Loeffler, who I've met who said that. It's Bill Pulte, who runs the Federal Housing Administration and regulates $5 trillion or $6 trillion of home mortgages, who I've met who said that. It's RFK, who not that long ago wanted the U.S.
Let me guess who he's met.
Bitcoin, who I've met who believes it. It's the incoming head of the CFTC.
Like, dude, Saylor, shut the fuck up already.
The cryptos are and the Bitcoins are. It's Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, and it's Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. So you have a profound consensus amongst.
I mean, yeah, he has a weird way of like. I don't care if you met these guys. I understand you're like trying to corroborate their story and what they believe. That's fine. But at the same time, he does. But okay, regardless, his point is spot on. And this is why I don't worry about Bitcoin at all. Like, this is why you don't need to stress and you don't need to listen to all the doom and gloomers who are like, oh, Bitcoin's going back down to $50,000.
Yeah.
Our government and the entire board of leadership within our government believes in Bitcoin. Why do you think they're going to let that fail in any way right now?
Well, there isn't a. That's the other side of this. There isn't a let it fail. They can't do anything.
Well,
Because
that's partially
they can-
true, but
They
kind of.
can say they love Bitcoin, but they don't have $3 trillion or $2 trillion to throw at Bitcoin.
They do though, don't they?
No.
They can coerce, they can push, and they don't need $3 trillion.
They can't balance. They can't balance a budget. They can't get the government to agree. They can't get 9 old codgers to agree on a budget deal. They can't listen. These are they might have the greatest intentions. They are the most ineffectual humans on earth. They do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. And I promise you, every one of those dudes in that whole group there's not one of those dudes that wakes up in the morning that says, "Oh man, today's the day for Bitcoin." Well, you know my buddy Michael Saylor, who I've met. No, they've never uttered that fucking sentence.
He's like, I'm trying to look through that list. I think you're right. I don't think anybody wakes up and says they met Michael Saylor.
And nobody on that list wakes up with Bitcoin on their mind. It's cool.
True.
It's cool. And they agree with it philosophically. But
except for Donald Trump's kids, then they're not on that list, I guess, right?
I mean, I wonder who he's met, of course.
Wait, he has?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. The other thing that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, did you see? 21 Capital, Jack Muller's little company went public on the New York Stock Exchange. This guy's shady, dude.
Dude, he's completely shady. He's a scumbag.
They are the ones that are loaning out. You can get a loan on your Bitcoin at 12%.
Why is that a company?
I've seen people doing this. I've seen people say, "Oh my gosh, this process was so smooth." And I asked them, I said, "Why are you paying 12% when you could pay 4%?" Like, "Oh yeah, we don't like rehypothecation and stuff." Like, yeah, Morpho doesn't rehypothecate. Like, it doesn't rehypothecate anything. Do you do research before you do anything, or do you just listen to this?
I don't think they understand what rehypothecation means.
Yeah, probably true. Probably true. Yeah, so I'm really bugged.
We don't like the repledging of collateral. Okay, what difference does it make if you're owed a sum of money? Well, because we don't like rehypothecation. They're just going to say this. They just like saying the word. They don't know what the fuck it means. That's the problem. The breakdown is guys like this can pull shenanigans like this because people don't quite understand what he's doing, which is nothing. Nothing. These guys are all going to go away in 12 minutes when Chase and these other banks just have Bitcoin custody right there at your bank. And then you can just use that to capitalize loans or to help for collateral. These guys will all go away. That's why this guy's rushing out the door to get his company launched. So he'll have his nice little exit, but that thing's going to fucking zero because there's no use for it. There's no use. When banks custody Bitcoin and banks offer loans against Bitcoin, there is no use for what he does. Zero.
Yeah.
Just like now, there's no use for strategy or any of their 1,900 different weird, extravagant products, many of which are down 40, 50, 80% right now. When you use new investor money to pay back old investor money, the bond payments, the dividends, it goes from being a business to a scheme. First name Ponzi. Okay, anyway, go on.
But speaking of the banks, I mean, yesterday, the CFTC came out and announced that Bitcoin can be used as collateral against all derivative markets. So they're coming. And I think you nailed it because I think he is in a little bit of a hurry. He's got to get his exit. And this is his exit. This is his way to sell without selling Bitcoin. Yeah. This is anybody that IPOs. If you don't know that yet, that's the whole IPO, right?
Yeah.
That's their exit. That's their way to liquidate without liquidating.
He's basically
saying,
I didn't sell. And what he'll do is borrow
my Bitcoin.
he'll borrow against his equity, and his company will collide into the ground, and hopefully he will have
Yep.
made good choices with the money he borrowed.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. So they launched. I don't know. It like dropped like crazy yesterday morning.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
it's
if
a
this is
useless
real.
company.
I don't know. It seems weird because I thought it launched yesterday, but this is showing that it launched. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's just midday. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just trying to. Oh, that dropped last night. No, it dropped. Anyway, trying to figure that out, but that's okay. That launched. The other thing that happened yesterday or whatever, we had a net inflow day for Bitcoin for the first time in forever. Which is like whatever, BlackRock's still selling, but you notice right here, the big thing here is, dude, ETH, every single person's buying ETH right now. Even the 7-day, the net inflow for BlackRock is positive. Grayscale, Fidelity, everybody's positive. So we had net positive inflows for Ethereum over the last 7 days, which on Bitcoin we're not having, which I think helps contribute to the reason why Ethereum's doing a little bit better now on this recent week. I think even if you look at the 7-day on the last week, it's up because these inflows are holding a little bit better. I think the narrative is shifting to a point where people are going to start understanding that Ethereum is actually smarter than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's great, but it's a store of value. Ethereum's the blockchain where everybody's going to build on, and it's going to be the smart contract chain where everybody's going to do everything on. The tokenization, everything. Every dApp's going to be built. I don't even know why Solana exists. All these Solana guys are like, well, we've had positive net inflow days for like days and days. But what these guys are doing is they're doing like-kind exchanges for Solana for the Solana ETF. And what it's making it look like there's inflows when essentially it's a net, but also it's a net negative because people are selling Solana still. And the only reason there's inflows on Solana is because they're netting over to the Solana ETF. So it looks like there's positive inflows, but there's really not. And all Solana guys can't figure that out, but I just did in 2 seconds for you guys. So there you go. In case you guys ever have a question on the street, they're like, well, positive inflows for Solana. No. They can do like-kind exchanges because when they launched their ETF, they launched it with the ability to do like-kind exchanges already. So
Yeah.
The other thing that was odd,
yesterday, you heard that the XRP ETF is the most successful ETF other than all the other ones.
So if you take 100 ETFs, it's the most successful besides the other 99. Got it.
Yes. If you just ignore the other ones, then yes, it's the most successful one of itself. I'm the most successful of me.
Good for XRP. Dude, I don't even want to give that thing the time of day. Dude.
I know.
XRP
Okay, well,
bugs
sorry,
me
I didn't mean
so
to
bad.
interrupt. What were you saying?
No, I get that. The other thing that was okay, so Strategy released their response yesterday or today for the MSCI's proposal to delist DAT companies.
They should.
Right. I think they're going to exclude DAT treasuries like Strategy because they don't like do any business. Which
they do
makes
anything.
kind of sense.
It's a business that's a crap business that rebrands themselves. So I failed at what I do in business. So now forget that business. My new business is raise more money from bigger idiots and just buy something and hope number go up. What the fuck? That is not a business. That's just a dude using other people's money to invest.
Ponzi.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
I mean, it was kind of the scariest thing. I'm like, oh crap. Well, they're going to what happens when they dump their Bitcoin? Well, apparently nothing, because on Monday, they announced that they purchased $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. And it didn't even move the needle. That's okay. That's good with me. If it doesn't move the needle when they buy $1 billion, when they dump it all, it's not going to move the needle. So I'm not even scared anymore because something's going on there. It doesn't add up. They bought 10,000 Bitcoin at 90,000 a coin, and it didn't even move the needle last week. I'll go and look at the chart because that helps you see it better. Let's go to last week. starting, let's see, last week was the 2nd, whatever. So they bought it over this period right here. So from here, from the, let's see, 7th to the 2nd, they bought it in this range right here. The price started at 91,000 and ended the week at a little less, actually, at 90,000. So it dropped $1,000, even though they bought $1 billion worth. That's fine. I get it. They do this over and over again. But then that leads me to think, well, when they dump it all, it's not going to matter either. That's fine. But the funny thing is, when I started looking at Bitcoin, did you see this yesterday? So on Tuesday, this is, oh, wow, I got to switch this. So on Tuesday at 7 a.m., I think this is Eastern time or my time. I don't know what time it is. Anyway, at 7:05 on this chart, the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed. It went like straight up. Then again, yesterday on Tuesday at exactly 7:05, same exact thing. So I was like thinking, I'm like, dude, what's causing this thing to bleep up Tuesdays at 7:05 a.m.? And I have to assume there's got to be some sort of purchaser that's happening every Tuesday at 7 a.m. That's a pretty big purchaser, which is great. And so I saw some of the scattered comments and stuff. People think it's Jane Street or some of the ETFs. That's when they do all their big purchases for the week and when they really net their purchases and stuff. I don't know. Have you seen anything regarding any of this, or
No,
does it? I mean, it doesn't matter.
If it was a consistent buyer, they wouldn't buy at the same time each week, or they would switch the days. They would do all sorts of things because they still want the best fill.
They do.
So I'm guessing it's more that they'll look at the market and they'll go for when there's decent volume so that they can get in and not get price screwed. Right? Like you want a lot of liquidity when you're doing these things so that you're not catching big spreads and you're not creating a huge market impact.
Yeah, I can see that being true. They're probably just waiting for the best time to do that, and that happens to be the time. That makes sense. Last week it held up pretty well. Yesterday it held up okay. I mean, if we look at the drop yesterday, I mean, it hopped up to like 90, almost 95,000 yesterday. And then now, I mean, it dropped down to 91. It dropped about 3%, which actually isn't too bad. Ethereum held it a little bit better. It went up to almost 3,400. And on the bottom end, it only dropped about 2.8% or whatever. Not as bad. And it seems to be holding a little bit better right now. So Ethereum is looking stronger. And I think it is because of, the inflows. And people are starting to look at Ethereum. So that's why I think my Jupiter unstakes either today or tomorrow, the rest of it. And I think I'm going to go pound right all into ETH, straight up ETH. And I told you guys this last week. But anyway, that's what I'm kind of looking at right now because I think ETH is holding up just a little bit better right now. A little bit better. Dang. Look at that. It's even holding up better. It's even popping up a little bit today right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think
That's
we're going to get a sell-off into the meeting. Here's what you know. There's going to be a cut. And Jerome is going to come and he is going to try to piss on everybody's cornflakes. Just imagine you're in his shoes. You just told everyone in the world, don't count on a December rate cut, despite all the evidence. So you're already fighting a losing battle in the public spectrum because everybody knows the economy sucks right now. Everybody knows it's hard to find jobs. Like the data is conclusive. There's no uncertainty. I know there's not. And there's also no fucking tariff inflation. It is because companies figured out they can't raise prices. Target tried it and tanked. It almost bankrupted Target. 1 quarter. They tried it. It failed. They even said, we can't raise prices. Since people are too sensitive to it. So the tariff inflation that the 2 people on the Fed that were hawkish were waiting for does not exist. It does not exist. It's a fucking myth. The companies have had to absorb it. Businesses have had to absorb it because people can't afford it. Done. We're not in an up environment. We're not. So that's over with. So all of the facts are against Jerome Powell and those other 2 idiots. every single piece of data they get. So they're coming into this. He's got a lot of egg on his face because he looks like a jackass. So you know what he's going to do? He's going to double down on his jackassery because that's the kind of guy he is. He's filled with hubris and pride, and never mind the facts. Listen to what I'm saying. That's his whole thing. Don't worry about the facts. Listen to what I'm saying. The facts are wrong. Who are you going to believe? Me or your lying eyes? Like, come on, man. And so he's going to come out with this cut. He's going to go, it was very close.
Yeah.
This one was, I mean, the votes weren't close, but it was close. Like if you had heard the discussion that I heard, you would know how close. We didn't want to do this cut. We did it. We didn't want to do it. So I would not count on January. I mean, you know, there's a good chance we're gonna pause. This is what you're gonna hear. He's gonna talk up a pause. We're gonna listen. This is the last cut. This is the last cut we're gonna do this year. We are never gonna cut again in 2025. And then he'll roll that into some bullshit about we need to pause. We need to wait and see. The tariff inflation. Same old record he played last time.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna probably bring markets down, if I was to guess.
Yeah, I want to get through this meeting. I'm not going to buy anything before the meeting.
Yeah.
I don't think.
He goes. So Jerome is gone in May, but the minute that his replacement is confirmed, his replacement will start taking meetings and going around and giving speeches, and Jerome he'll basically not exist. He'll just be
less of an impact.
Yeah,
right?
He'll just be a muted little nothing because they'll know that anything he does will be undone in May. So
yeah.
I would be surprised. I mean, Jerome is the kind of dickhead. I don't know how pride is his main ego, and pride is his problem. So I doubt he would stick around on the Fed after being demoted, but he may just stick around for the no vote. Just to be able to cast that no vote. But I don't think a guy like him, I don't think he can play second fiddle. I think it would be too hard on his ego. I mean,
I think so too.
No one will even mention him. He'll just be a nothing. He'll just cease to exist.
Yeah, here's what I think. I don't know. I don't think this meeting's going to have as big movement impact as last meeting did. Last one was crazy because he was such a D-bag. But I think it's more like you said, I think everything's going to be a little bit muted because everybody has decided he's a retard. I can say that now.
Well, remember, he's going to overtard this meeting because he's even more embarrassed than last time.
Yeah, and so I think his words will have less of an effect this time. I don't have a lot of confidence that we're going to hold the market where it is. I do think it's going to probably sell off. It's already trying to. It's been trying to a little bit, but it's like everything else is sold off except for Ethereum. And Aster's up and Hype's up. So that's good. So that's it. Those three
companies are going to be paying big Christmas bonuses this year. I mean, we talked about one that's not going to even be paying paychecks, but do you think companies, I bet Christmas bonuses this year are not so bonusy.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it depends on the sector, I think, right? The financial sector
has one of the best years ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few sectors that are great. The financial sector, they've done better this year. Like the ETFs have crushed it. So all those guys getting some fat bonuses.
Yeah.
Walmart had good earnings too, but I don't know if they give bonuses.
Well, but the problem is when you see good earnings at Walmart, it's a declaration that the economy's in the tank.
Yeah, so maybe they'll get one last bonus before it tanks. I don't know.
Well, they might do good, but I mean, look at all the companies that are on like life support.
Yeah.
Those people.
I don't know. It's tough.
They got nothing coming.
Is the stock market up today? Let's see. Oh, the Dow Jones is up. The Nasdaq's down. I don't know. It's mixed a little bit. So the stock market's so fake. It's so fake.
Well, it's completely
this is not
fake.
a good.
It is a fiction. It's a fiction.
It's not a
seven
good
companies.
indicator of
It's
reality.
basically seven companies propping up a big, giant, fictitious money machine that
Yep.
sucks in cash. And it's mostly through passive indexation, through indexes. So every dollar gets spread in a certain way, and most of it's front loaded towards those main assets. And you got hundreds and hundreds of other companies that are just mostly worthless, trash, pointless companies that you don't even hear about. Like, just none of them. You just don't ever hear about them.
Well, yeah, they just don't contribute. They went public to get their exit, and now they're bankrupt.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
they're
Or
just
on
limping along.
fumes. Yeah, or they're debt financing or something like that. They're on fumes. I mean, but this is the financialized economy. The stock market is a fiction. It's all a fantasy world. So you just got to be okay with that. You know, stock market going up don't mean economy going up. The stock market goes up because the stock market goes up.
Yeah. What do you think the best indicator of the economy is going up? Jobs?
I think, probably a combination of jobs, GDP, if you back out government influence, because if the government does a bunch of hiring, that I don't think that should count for GDP, but
Right.
it's like 50% of it. But like, I think
So
I think GDP. I think you look at the bond market. I think you want jobs, you want quits to be a little bit higher because people think they can. You want the quit rate to be high so that people can think they can quit and go get other jobs.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So some kind of that's kind of counterintuitive, but then when it's like, but that none of that.
I see the logic. I see the logic behind that. I wonder how much AI is going to affect being able to gauge that in the short term, because AI is taking over a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
So I mean that's job loss, right? But that also means the companies they're more efficient. But the companies are more efficient. So
Yes.
just five guys
listen,
are winning
if
when
you're a
100 people are
shareholder,
losing.
Brandon, if you're a shareholder, the best thing you can hear is we're doing layoffs.
Yeah.
Especially if it's technically driven layoffs. That's the good kind of deflation, right? Technology is becoming more efficient, therefore we're doing layoffs. You own stock, you're like, hell yeah, let them go, give them the pink slip. Humans are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Wait, who's giving him? What was the name of the guy giving pink slip? Bert.
Bert.
Yeah.
Bert.
Makes sense. Bert.
Hey, Bert's got something for you. What's he got? Pink slip.
Oh man. Hey, Bert has something in your office. Run in there and see what it is.
Yeah. One of my friends had to serve her ex like some kind of restraining order, and I was like, you know what? The process server basically went in the guy's house to do it at a poker game because the guy was dodging service. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you get shot for that.
At a poker game, especially. Every
Yeah.
movie I've seen, they get shot at a poker
What
game.
I would do if I was a process server, I would have one of those big checks that says California State Lottery, because if you show up at someone's house, they see you marching across the yard with a check that says like $1.6 billion, you're opening the door.
Yeah.
Like, what
That's
do we
smart.
have here? And then I flip the check over and it says, you've been served, bitch. And then I just hand them the thing. And I walk off and I'll twirl it. I'll be one of the twirlers. Woo, 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 woo. They'd be like, that guy's good. He's real good. We're like, man, I've seen like six deadbeat dads win the lottery today. Why is that? Well, that's the way I do it. It's the way I roll.
Those guys be winning the lottery all the time now.
But I would be the process server with the highest like serve rate. They'd give me like 5 jobs a week. I'd be done by Monday by like 8 a.m. By 8:30 a.m. I'd be done. They'd be like, what the shit? I'd be like, get paid by the job, baby.
You're like, go get those bonuses, boys.
Hey, have you ever heard of this? You switch home insurance and then they want you to pay the entire year up front. Is that a normal thing?
You don't do that?
You do? Is that the way it's supposed to be done? You pay the whole
That's
year
the way
insurance on day one?
Yeah, you get a discount. Yeah, I always get a discount if I pay all up front.
What's the discount?
It's like 10%, something like that.
Then it's not really a discount, is it? because you lost
Well,
that
I
money
guess-
for the whole year. You just gave them a loan.
Yeah, I guess you did. Yeah, you did. So you can pay monthly though. Which insurance
Yeah.
company is it?
Well, I've been paying monthly, and then they just sent me they switched me to this new insurance and just sent me a bill. Oh, by the way, in 3 days you owe $57,000.
What?
Yeah. I said, fuck you. I said,
So
I'll just yeah.
that's expensive.
Yeah, I said I'll keep my old insurance, thanks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Very sketchy.
Well, you should be able to pay monthly always too. There's always both options. Insurance doesn't mandate annual. And the reason they have the annual pay mostly is because most people pay their home insurance to their escrow, which I don't ever do because it's easier for me to do it myself. Anyway.
But it's been a part of my payment. Like each month, my house payment, part of it is the insurance.
Yeah, so that's out of your escrow then.
Yeah, I thought that
So,
was
yeah,
normal.
that's normal.
Yeah, so I don't know why it would switch to I pay you all on the 27th.
Well, so typically it's like taxes. So taxes come out of your escrow too, right? Your mortgage payment or whatever, if you have it set up that way.
What,
or you
property
pay your
tax?
taxes directly.
No, I pay
Yeah.
those twice a year. There's another $45,000 twice a year.
So you can do either or. And so typically what will happen is your mortgage company will hold that in escrow over the year, and then they make one bulk payment or two bulk payments at the end of the year. That's how it kind of works on that. So they'll kind of like save up the money for you. Yeah.
So I know why they're doing it. So they can reinvest it and make money.
Yes.
All these companies are so bullshitty, man.
Yes, they are. They are.
All right, let's go
Yes,
behind
they
the
are.
wall.
Let's go behind the wall.
Oh, these
Let's
companies.
talk about them moves.
They're all scumbags, dude. All these
Yes.
insurance people are fucking scumbags. Ugh.
You know they are. They're the worst.
Freaking dirtbags, all of them.
Agreed.
All right.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.